Hey, so today on True-Moto-Resto, we're not actually going to do anything to do with restoring a bike. Instead, one of my least favorite things is trying to figure out what the hell's going on with one of my regular rider bikes. Love restoring bikes, love to take the old stuff apart and get it restored. Do not like when my regular riders have problems that I've got to resolve or have to get into something that I really don't know a whole lot about. Typically with me, like I get a bit apprehensive, to be honest, about venturing into the unknown. So I have to kind of push myself to do certain things. Once I've done it, everything's good. I'll do it 1,000 times, but never touched a fuel injected bike with any sort of problem solving or remedies or anything like that. In fact, I'm actually looking more forward to tearing the transmission out of that CBX. You can see my other video for that than I am to figure out what's going on with my Z1000. So speaking of the Z1000, here it is. It's a 2003. It is all original. It's in basically as new condition. The only thing that's been done to this is new tires at the beginning of this season. It had the originals on it when I got it. It sat in my shop for a while, and this year I decided it was time to ride it. It had just over 2,000 kilometers on it when I got it. It's now got about 3,000 kilometers on it, and the last couple of times I rode it, I noticed it was a little harder to start. It would fire normally on one push of the button and just purr like a kitten. And now, when she's been sitting overnight, it doesn't want to start on the first push. It'll usually go on the second push of the starter, and then it's lumpy. It's not idling well for the first minute, and then it kind of smooths out and runs normally. And this morning when I fired it up, I decided to check the temperature of those header pipes, and it turns out that number 3 over there was quite cold for that first, I'll say 30 to 45 seconds, and then it started to warm up, and then it kind of came to life and everything smoothed out and it was running normally again. So for some reason, I don't know if you want to call it a misfire, maybe you call it just a dead cylinder for the first little while, but something isn't right. And so I'm going to bring it up to the upper shop, and I guess I'll have to pull the tank, and I'm first going to pull the spark plug on that cylinder. Maybe I'll swap it for number 4, fire it up again, and if that doesn't, the problem stays with number 3 cylinder, then maybe I'll try swapping the coil on that cylinder. And if it still doesn't switch, if the problem stays on that cylinder, then maybe I'm into a dirty fuel injector, which is the part that terrifies me because I've never touched them. Or I've also heard that maybe a crank position sensor going bad can cause this, and I have no friggin' clue what's involved in dealing with a crank position sensor or testing one of those. I'll have to consult the factory shop manual for that. So anyway, let's start it up, and I'm sure it'll misbehave. There she is running, and it is a little lumpy. Just using the choke here, you can kind of hear it stuttering and stumbling. I say using the choke, I don't know if it's really an enrichment circuit or if it's throttle advance or what it is, but it will take, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to a minute before she warms up and smooths out a little bit. I just don't want to keep riding it and running it if there's something going on there. I wanted to get that sorted out. But you can tell this is not, that exhaust tone is not right. There's definitely something missing here. I don't recommend touching exhaust pipes for anybody out there, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's hot now, so yeah, it's starting to warm up, but still. So time to take it up to the upper shop. I'll let her cool off, and then we'll start taking a look at what's going on.